Do you want to get started with OpenCode and you don't know where to start? If so, this video is for you. We're going to show you how to install OpenCode, what are the main features you should know about, and how you can get started as quickly as possible. With no longer ado, let's jump straight into the video. All right, so to start off with, what actually is OpenCode? Well, OpenCode is a AI coding agent. It's available both as a terminal-based interface, a desktop app, and an IDE extension. We're going to be doing the terminal interface in this demo, so we're going to just jump straight into it. But to get started, just scroll a bit down on the docs here, and you'll find there's multiple ways that you can get started. I'm just going to do the Brew install over here. I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to open a terminal. You can use PowerScript or whatever you want, run the terminal, and literally copy and paste that command, and you will install OpenCode. And it'll download and run everything through. All right, so now that we've installed OpenCode, how do you actually start using OpenCode? So you'll see I'm in a folder here. I'm actually in my own project called OpenCode /intro. It's got no folders or files in it. It's just got a get ignore. So I'm literally just going to open the terminal at this location, and I'm literally going to type in OpenCode, and this will actually launch our OpenCode instance. One thing to note, OpenCode comes with two default agents, and those agents, one is build, and if I press tab, one is plan. The idea with both these agents is you want to use the plan agent to actually pretty much scan through your current repo or your code base, come up with an executable plan, then press tab and go to the build agent and then stop building. That's the idea of it. But one other thing I just want to show is if you want to use a different model, you go /models here, and OpenCode actually comes with a few models out the get-go. You got this Minimax M2, you got Grok Code Fast, which is another one, Grok Code Fast, which is also free. This one. So you can actually use a free model off the bat. If you want to actually use your OpenAI subscription, there's actually a way for you to do that as well. So if you just go exit here and you go OpenCode auth login, this is the method you'll use to add either an API credential or an OAuth. So for this case, I'm just going to go to OpenAI. So we're going to go login, and I'm just going to go down to OpenAI here. We're going to press yes, and then I'm just going to say I want to use my ChatGPT Pro Plus. Hit that. I'll go to the link on screen. It's generally just take me to the OAuth. I'll log into my ChatGPT account. All right, and then you're signed into ChatGPT. And if I go back to the code, it's pretty much like that. Login successful. I can clear this. I can go to OpenCode, and I can just go models, and then I can just go to ChatGPT, look for, don't see here, I'm not really getting the ones I want. So just go codex, and then we can go OpenAI auth here. So I can use the codex auth. If you do go models and say it doesn't come up, you can see at the bottom here, you can change providers, and you can also select favorites. So that's why you see some of these are favorites. You just go Control F and they become favorites. But say you're not seeing OpenAI here, you just want to connect the provider, you can also go Control+A. So if we just do that quick, and here you can just see I can quickly change between providers, and you can see what I've connected. There's a lot more providers here that you can also go through if you want to use a different one. Cool. Another thing you can do in OpenCode, you can actually change themes. So say you don't like the OpenCode theme, you can go like OneDark, Nord. You can come here and change your own theme. That's another one. I'm just going to keep it as OpenCode. I enjoy this theme. All right, just to get started, to show you how this works with the plan and build agent, I'm just going to dictate through the mic here. All right, so I just want to make a simple dashboard, just describing different services for a pizza shop. I just want to make an idea on what the landing should be and different aspects of it, especially to entice customers to come to my inbound store, so they can get away from the computers. Grab that and then start trying to do a plan. We can see here it's actually asking what we want here. We can actually go single HTML. This is a new feature they recently bring out. I'll just make this a little bit bigger so I don't have to scroll the whole time. And you can see here, plan, discover structure, define landing page, all of this. So it's going to ask for a scan, proceed, I'm just going to tell it to proceed. It's got nothing to do. It'll find there's nothing here. And it should then just say, cool, we need to make the plan. And I'll switch to the build agent, and then it can start establish that plan. Cool. I'm just going to go tab here. Cool. I'm deciding to build the page now, and you'll see it'll just start building this currently right now. Very simple, straight to the point. All right, so that's done. If we just open this, we can see this is what it built. Very standard text HTML page. Not bad. That's just a quick demo of the default agents. All right, so what happens if you actually want to build your own custom agent? All right, so if you want to build your own custom agent, just read about it. You can come here, just go to agents here. And in agents, they've got different ones. You've got primary agent. So this is your main agent that you can select, like build or plan. And then you get your sub agents, which you can't select, but your main agents can call. So we're going to just do a quick example with primary agent and some sub agents. We're going to go through and use the markdown. So it's quite simple. I'm just going to grab this as a template to get started. We just jump back to our code, and you'll see here we got nothing here. I'm actually going to just make this over here a new folder called .opencode, and in .opencode I'm going to make a folder called agent, and I'm just going to do it like that. And in agent I'm going to make a new folder, and for this one I'm just going to call it main agent md. I'm just going to copy that what we have here. All right, so we can see this mode is sub agent. So if I actually run OpenCode again now, this main agent won't pop up. So let's just show you that. Okay, so I'm just exiting my OpenCode and I'm going to run it now. And if we press tab, we don't see that agent. So I'm going to just exit, and I'm just going to change this to primary. Cool, and I'm just going to go back here, run OpenCode again, and we should see our new agent there. Main agent is there. Perfect. And if we run here, it will use this command that we stated over here, code quality, best practices, you name it. So it's very generic, but we can add on to this. Maybe we say, just telling it, hey, before any requirement, refer to the master plan agent for understanding the user's intent. So we're going to say, all right, in my OpenCode here in the agents, we can literally just grab this one and we can create a sub agent here. I'm just going to make a new folder called sub agents because I just like things to be organized. And in here, I'm just going to make our new agent called master planner. And I'm just going to put it in here, and I'm just going to say, all right, so just for this demo, I'm just making this kind of silly, telling it to only reply with burger references and emojis. One thing to note just quickly while we're looking at here, in your agent, you can define what tools it has access to. So we can see this one has no write, access, edit, or bash. So we actually need to go back and change that. We can see what model it's tied to. We're going to take this away. We actually don't care what model it needs. So it will run on whatever main model that we select, and we'll do that with the main agent. So we're just going back to the main agent here. We're going to say write is true, and we're going to just make all the rest of this true. We're going to update this. Okay, and we're going to also take that model away so we can use any model. All right. So one thing we'll note is if we just jump back to our main agent here, we have to exit because our changes aren't saved. We're going to just run OpenCode again, and we're going to just jump to our main agent. A little hack you can do is you can go OpenCode -- agent, and then you can actually name your agent here and press enter, and it will actually open in that agent automatically for you. So now we got our main agent. I'm just literally going to tell it the same thing. All right, hey, we want to update our website, but we actually care more about developer health, and we're just trying to make sure we are actually catering to developer health. Mainly, we don't want developers doing too much on pizza and things like that, but we want to focus more on our pizza delivery business online, not really in store. So we can make this plan. All right, so hopefully it'll call our sub agent and go through so we can see there it is delegating. And what's nice with OpenCode, if I actually just press to the side here, I can actually see what's happening in my sub agent. So we can see what is going on, what the sub agent's going through. And one thing to note is it didn't pass to our sub agent. It actually just passed back to general tasks, which is not really what we want. So we can probably come here into our main agent here and say, hey, all right, so I just quickly updated our main agent and sub agent. One thing to note, when you are calling your sub agent, try make sure the name actually matches what it's expecting, because under the hood, how OpenCode works, it uses a task command and then actually uses this name here to pass to the sub agent. So if the name is incorrect, it won't find the agent. And in the sub agent here, I'm telling it to always refer back with burger emojis. This is to see if it actually works. So I'm just going to run OpenCode again. I'm going to go OpenCode slash double. All right, and I'm going to just run OpenCode again, but I'm going to just target our main agent so we don't have to tab into it. So let's just jump straight into it. And I'm going to ask for the update on the site, which is just like changing the site a little bit. And we can see right off the bat, it is actually delegating to our sub agent. So if we just go into that, we can see what our sub agent did here. Just responded with some burger emojis, not very useful, but exactly what we wanted. And that's it's waiting for returns. It actually doesn't know what to do because it just got burger emojis. So anyway, I just wanted to show you some. All right, so this was just a dumb example to show you exactly how main and sub agents work, but this actually show you how that looks in if you actually want to build with this. All right, just to show you how a main and sub agent could actually look if you actually want to use it on a day-to-day basis. So this is just a simple demo. We just got our main build agent here, and we're just telling it every time it wants to complete a task, it should actually follow this procedure here: implement, review, test, iterate. So we've got some sub agents here. We've got a tester and we got a reviewer. So if you just go with that, one thing you'll note is edit is false. So it can read, but it can't actually edit anything. And if it does want it to, it can ask. And test is pretty much the same. It's got false for everything itself. It can run bash commands, but we are trying to deny everything. It can allow some tests, but that's all we're allowing it to do. So if we actually want to run this, I'm just going to run OpenCode again. I'm going to run the main agent, and I'm going to ask make a Next.js app. I'm just going to tell it to make a Next.js app for our tech company about pizza shops. And it should create that, and then it should then ask for a review and testing. So, all right, just to quickly go over what's happened in the run. So we can see we gave our main agent a very simple task: make a Next.js for our tech company about pizza shops. And it went and created our Next.js app. And when it was done, so it actually did its own builds and the rest of it. So it actually then delegated back to its sub agents to actually review each one. So if we just scroll down here, we find when it's finished building the Next.js app. So we can see it built, okay, it's in a test application, and then it delegated to its review agent. Then after that, it actually gave it to the test agent. It had some feedback, and then from that, it's going to build again, and we'll go through this loop. Hopefully you see the power of having like this system where you can actually have a main agent where you can actually ask for review and test and then iterate on that constantly. So there's pros and cons for this design. This is not really elaborate. It's very like basic and broad. So you might have varying levels of results. So every time you run this, it might be a bit different, but it's a very good way to get started. All right, I'm going to jump onto the next section I actually want to talk about, which is skills. And I think this is quite handy, especially right now. So in the documentation, you can just find agent skills here. So one thing about skills that I want to instantiate, skills is a way that your agent can actually grab relevant context files. So we call it lazy loading. And in that context, you can actually have instructions on how it can run different script commands. That's what mainly most people use it for. So you could also have a skill for UI design, for example. So we're going to do that in this one. We're going to do the project config. So we're literally going to go OpenCode skills, whatever the skill name is, and then skill.md. And this is an example of an MD. So we're just going to copy that. I'm going to jump back to our code. We're literally going to go to OpenCode here, and we're literally just going to make a new. All right, to get skills going, you just need, again, go in the skill directory, whatever the skill name is. So in this case, it's called front-end design, and then your skill.md. And then here we can see what we're telling the LM to grab in terms of context, how to design different skills. This is just in terms of demo purposes. One thing I want to state is the description here is very important. You kind of want to make this enticing as possible for the AI if you want them to pick up the skills automatically, not that you have to invoke it. So you can see here I'm trying to do that, how to build the best and design beautiful, accessible, responsible user face interfaces. Interfaces. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Anyway, so with that going, if you actually want to have an agent to have access to the skill, one thing to note, it has it automatically. So skills are global. You can disable skills and then enable them individually. All right, and you can actually enable skills here. You just have to be under the permissions tab. It'll be skill, whatever the skill name is, and allow. So you can see PR allow. But by default, skills are loaded automatically. You can go .start all and then deny and then allow the certain ones that you really care about. But yeah, so if we wanted to do that for the main agent, we can say permission skill front-end design. And if we just exit this now and we open OpenCode again to the main agent. So here we're telling it, hey, we want you to use your skill front-end design to fix the site. And we can see here it actually went in for a skill call and it actually used that name and actually got the skill. And it's actually going to use that skill to update according to whatever we named it. So that's how you can use skills. You can also put a .sh or a script command within your skills and tell the skill how to run that script command. That could be quite useful if you've got a build script or a testing script, and you can use skills that way. And if you are looking to get started a lot faster, I actually have my own repo called Open Agents Control. So I'm just showing this on the screen. And just to get started, you can literally just come down and grab this command here or another one suiting your needs. And you can actually get started. And you can literally copy and paste. It'll actually do an automatic installer for you. You can do local and you can do a quick install and developer. And you can then start using this automatically. This is using a lot of the main techniques I've learned over the last 8 months. And you can use this all for free. It'll just download and start. And you'll see it'll update your OpenCode here. And just use the OpenCode agent as the main one if you're using for coding. And I'll just show you that in a bit. All right, so once you've installed that, you can just run OpenCode now. And you can literally just tab to OpenCoder. And this is the main agent I use on a daily basis that I am constantly updating. So definitely keep a lookout on the repo and for future videos describing what the process is going behind the scenes for all of this. But yeah, this is the quickest way to get started. And lastly, there is a link down below. I'm trying to understand people's interest in building a community or a cohort. I really want to try understand how I can help people the most. And I don't expect this to be too big. I really want to focus on the outcomes here. But if you are interested, please hit the link down below. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I wish you the best in your OpenCode journey. Cheers.